All right. Good day, everybody. It's Monday, January 24th, 2022. I hope you guys are all having a good start to your week. I know I am. Let's just dive right into the headlines today. A lot going on, a lot I want to talk about. But let's talk about guns, how guns kill people, folks. Um, can't make this stuff up. The New York governor blames illegal gun for fatal shooting of a New York police officer. I'm not making fun of this officer losing their life. I think any life lost to any kind of violent crime is a tragedy for sure. But the New York governor goes on record by blaming illegal gun in fatal shooting of New York police officer Jason Rivera on Friday night. She goes further to say that the suspect, LaShawn McNeil, 47, opened fire on Rivera and Moore as they approached him in a long hallway. And they're telling CBS of New York this. He was shot twice by the third officer. So he shot one and killed him, shot another one, and then the third officer had to take him down. It's what a tragedy. But what I want to bring to your attention is this: New York is number 3 in the nation for the strictest gun laws. Now, she went on record saying that she is going to do more and have more restrictions and more laws in the state of New York to own firearms. So you are number 3 in the nation, and you have one of the highest crime rates, one of the highest murder rates in the nation, and you think that restricting more guns is your answer. Maybe you should look at your district attorney and who has now made his office say that they are not going to pursue incarceration of any crime other than extreme crime. Maybe you guys should look at your policies in New York and not blame guns for what's going on there. Maybe you should look and see what you're doing to cause this yourselves. So anyway, I thought I would bring that to your attention because these are people that are running our country. This is how stupid these people are. All right, let's go to the next great governor of the state of California, Gavin Newsom, which supposedly he was dead. I don't know how he keeps popping up in the news, but he keeps popping up here. So he apologizes for using the term gangs to describe rail thieves. Another one of those you just can't make up. So in Los Angeles, California, Governor Gavin Newsom apologized Friday for using the term gangs to describe groups of people who have been attacking and robbing cargo trains near downtown Los Angeles as he tours the wreckage. He says it looks like a third world country down there. And by looking at the photos, it does look like a third world country. But these are not gangs of people doing this, folks. These are just, I guess, just individuals, and lots of individuals who gather together, not gangs, but individuals who gather together and rob these trains blind for whatever they want, whatever they need. But remember, folks, it's not a gang. They are individuals who are gathering together. So they also go on to say that the left wing bot, George Soros backed district attorney George Kazgan, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he threatened to put out that they're not going to seek any incarceration for petty theft. So petty theft is anything under $1,000. Grand theft is anything over $1,000. So as long as they don't steal more than $1,000 worth of anything, they're not even going to pursue them anyway. No incarceration, no fines, no nothing. So how does that make the train company filled? Northern Pacific. What about all the companies affected? One, not getting supplies showing up at their stores, and two, the manufacturers that are supplying those stores. What a dumpster fire that this administration is running here. I'm going to talk about it every day if I have to. So let's let's head to the next headline here, and let's talk about old Donna Brazil. She is on ABC, and she has, quote, said, Biden has a lot to brag about. I give him high remarks for his first year. Let's dive into this a little bit because you cannot make this up. So the interviewer says, Donna, I want to start with unity, unity, unity. That is what Joe Biden talked about in his inauguration address just over a year ago. That is not what he has gotten. And this week it's clear he's changing course. Now, this is her response, and I'm going to read the whole thing because this is how delusional the left is. This is how delusional the people that like to make mean comments on my Facebook page when I bring this to their attention. This is how delusional they all are. So she responds to, there's no question that what the president called for the last year is something that we should all inspire to. We want to be the united country, especially now, given the threats that we see abroad. He also said that he wanted to reach out. He has tried, and of course, he got the result in this bipartisan infrastructure bill. But this is the opportunity for all Americans to really rally behind the president as we try to get this sickness under control, keep this economy growing, and keep our schools reopened. Here's the best part of what she says. Now listen closely. Look, I think president has a lot to brag about. And yes, I said brag because for the first time in my lifetime, we have a president who is going to eliminate lead pipes. A president that is going to ensure that every child gets a head start and a healthy start. But while we're not celebrating all of his successes, I got to read that part again. While we are not celebrating all of his successes, I'm trying to think of a success that he's got. So hold on a second here. Yeah, I can't think of one. Okay, we're basically we're focused on the next election. You're a year in. Why are you worried about the next election? I don't understand. Shouldn't you be worried about America, the economy, energy independence? I mean, I could think of a whole list of things I'd probably be worried about after my first year in office and not worried about the next election. But let's read further here. And we know that it is 289 days away. So I give him high remarks for his first year. He hasn't accomplished everything that he wanted to. I'm trying to think of something he has accomplished. Yeah, I can't think of one. But by the way, he's only in his first year of a 4-year term. So this is going to be a key year for the president. That's what she says. It's going to be a key year. This is going to be his breakout year, folks. 2022 is Biden's year to shine. Let's see how well he does. All right, moving on to the next headline. We're going to talk about a book that I just ordered, which is called Red Handed. It's written by Peter Schweitzers. And it talks about, I'm going to talk about this article here, and then the second to the last article, or the last article of the day, also refers to the book written Red Handed by Peter. So it is a New York's bestseller. He is a best-selling author. In the New York Post recently published an executive excerpt of the book, and which outlines how American elites, including Silicon Valley masters of the universe, purposefully aided the communist regime of China. Man, this goes deep. If you read into this, if you buy the book, and I'm sure you can buy it on Amazon and all the bookstores out there. I don't know what they all are, but I'm sure you can get this book pretty much anywhere. It pretty much outlines and goes over the elite, including Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, all of them, and all their ties that they have to China. They even talk about Google setting up a new place over in China back in 2017 to deal with AI and how they're going to lead the world in AI. It's very concerning to me because you know as well as I do, they find ways to attach themselves to our lives and to our devices, to our personal information, and then they harvest all that information. I also feel that it's a security risk, a national security risk. So if you read down through here, it just tells their plan on how they're focusing on artificial intelligence development plan. They have been, like I said, since 2017. Google has been part of that venture from the very beginning. And these guys just absolutely pander to China and they're sympathizers of China, and they're getting rich off of it. They're, in my opinion, they're selling America out 100%. All right, let's hit the next headline here. This one's a little bit sad because I am a fan of John Stockton. Gonza suspends legendary alum John Stockton's season tickets over mask refusal. So I read the whole article. If you don't know who John Stockton is, he is a former NBA star. He used to play for the Utah Jazz, point guard. He was a badass. I really enjoyed watching him play back in the day. He went to college at Gonzaga University. He's an alumni there. He has season tickets. He supports the college. Well, he was going to the games and he would refuse to wear a dirty diaper on his face. Um, Other people in the audience started complaining about it because he is an icon. He is a famous person. He said they said it really made the whole thing look bad because he wasn't complying or consenting. So they made a bunch of complaints, and the college decided that if he was not going to comply, they were going to strip him of his season tickets. Now, he's not mad at him. He's not bitter about it. He's also considered a conspiracy theorist because he talks about over 100 athletes that have died immediately after taking the vacation. He's also been known to say that tens of thousands have died from taking the vacation. But the CDC claims, and listen, this is from the CDC. Uh, the CDC claims that it has received reports of 11,468 deaths of America in the weeks following vacations. But they have yet to, how did they put it? They have yet to determine if that has any ties to taking the vacation itself. All right. Well, isn't that your job? Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing? I'd say get on it, right? Let's get your job done. All right, moving on to the next headline. Now, this one here, I'm gonna warn you. Some of the things that I'm gonna say is gonna be a little graphic, especially if you are an animal lover, especially if you're a dog lover. And I'm not joking. I'm not saying this sarcastically. I'm gonna warn you right now because some of the stuff I'm gonna tell you is very disturbing. So PETA VP blast crazy. NIH, listen to this: transgender monkey experiments, demands flip flopping Fauci to be fired. Now, I read this entire article. The head of PETA, has basically called Fauci out, said that they have been running. So she's been part of PETA for 33 years. So she's not a newbie. She's been at this for quite a while. She's worked with the NIH for over 33 years. And if you don't know, the NIH does a lot of animal experiments for all kinds of medical properties and reasons, like vacations and drugs and all kinds of things. Now, do I agree with them doing experiments on animals? Uh, I think anything that deals with mice or rats probably acceptable in my book. Anything like primates or puppies, stuff like that, I'd say probably not. I don't think that experimenting on them does any good. Um, so that's kind of where I stand on this. But she goes in to say that Fauci and his group at the NIH has been failing at experiment after experiment after experiment. And we're talking 90% failure rates on a lot of their experiments. Okay. And they have been pumping billions of dollars into this agency to do all these experiments. And they haven't accomplished anything. 20 billion to be exact, which is half of their budget. Half of their annual budget is $20 billion. And they've got failure after failure after failure. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little gruesome. So, like I said, um, hold on. So, and I can't even make this stuff up. They are actually taking male monkeys and injecting them with female hormones to try to cause the monkeys to be transgender. I'm reading it, folks. I'm not making it up. And then what they want to do is try to, after I guess they convince these monkeys that they need to be transgender, a male monkey now needs to, I guess, see himself as a female, um, inject him with AIDS and try to find the effects that HIV has on a transgender monkey. Now, why are they doing this? They're doing this so that they see how it affects transgender women spreading HIV. She says there's no proof in it. And she also makes claim that Fauci's been doing this for 36 years on primates and that primates cannot carry HIV or contract full blown AIDS. So it's been failing for 36 years. My thought is, why are we trying to change monkeys into transgenders? I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? This is our tax money hard at work, folks. But here comes the even more disturbing at the very bottom of the article that I started reading. So, for you beagle lovers out there, close your ears because this is hard to even say. It's pretty disgusting. And I want you to know that Dr. Fauci is part of this. So, in on the on the where is it? In North Africa, they are locking beagles' heads in cages with hordes of hungry sandflies that eat them alive. Now, why are they doing this experiment? It doesn't give any explanation whatsoever, but Dr. Fauci is accused of being part of this with his NIH. Okay. It also goes on to say that they've been fined. There have been people that have been arrested, and they've also obtained documents through the FOIA request, showing that the NIH, led by Fauci, gave Kansas State University $536,311 to conduct an experiment involving hundreds of ticks feasting on live beagle puppies, injected them with mutant bacteria. So just when you thought it couldn't get worse, then they want to have mutant bacteria injected into the dogs as well. Why are we doing these studies? Is anybody asking the question why? Because I can't think of one good reason why we'd be doing this to animals, why we'd be doing this to humans, because that's what this is right now with the sickness. It's an experiment, in my opinion. It's frightening to know that these people are in government. Frightening. Okay, the next headline. I keep beating this guy up. I'm going to start calling him Dumpster Fire Joe. But there's a new poll out. 60% of voters would back someone other than Joe Biden in 2024. Now, let me read a little further on this because part of it starts getting a little disturbing as well. Like, who are these people? 6 out of 10 voters would back someone other than President Joe Biden in the 2024 presidential election if it were held today, according to a Fox News poll on Sunday. Um, this makes his current reelection prospects dimmer than ever were for his most previous predecessors, Donald Trump and Barack Obama. So it goes further, it starts dropping into percentages and stuff. But here's one that I thought was very interesting about the Democrats. Um, so it says only 21% of those polled say they would definitely reelect Biden. However, 44% would definitely support another candidate. By political party, 72% of Democrats say they would give Biden another chance, and 48% say definitely. Are you freaking kidding me? Who are these people that they're polling? 72% of Democrats say they'd give him another chance. Another chance to do what? I can't think of one thing that he's done. Not one thing that he's done that is good. These are people. These are people in America. It's just nuts. All right, I'm gonna move on. I can't. I can't read much more of the dumpster fire. So here's something that I'm paying attention to, folks, and it's in the headlines. It's U.S. on the brink of war. Are we on the brink of war? That's the question. But I'm going to report to you today that there is some exercises going on over in the Mediterranean. All right. So, U.S. aircraft carrier strike group heads to the Mediterranean amid Russian threats. Let me read down through this because it's pretty interesting. The USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier strike group has headed to the Mediterranean on Sunday amid rising tensions between the West and Russia. It's nuclear powered class warship, has 5,000 strong crew, and will take part in a NATO exercise called Neptune Strike 22, the AP reports. Naval Striking and Support Forces NATO, led by the Sixth Fleet Commander Vice Admiral General Black, is overseeing a joint international development. The exercises are set to begin Monday and run through February 4th, and will demonstrate NATO's ability to integrate a high-end marine time strike capabilities of aircraft carrier strike group to support the distress and defense of its allies. And I want to read some more of this because here's where it kind of gets a little dicey. They added that the strike group, along with several other NATO allies they did not name, will participate in coordinating a maritime maneuvers, anti-submarine warfare training, and long-range strike training. Now, they claim that this has been long planned since 2020, but in the same sentence, they also say it is not slated on NATO's website for this year. So do you see how they flip things? They tell you, oh, this has been planned since 2020, but it's not slated on the website. So what is the truth, right? The announcement came today after Russia announced its overall naval exercises with more than 140 warships and about 10,000 soldiers taking part in January and February. So Russia's planning on doing exercises in the Atlantic, the Arctic, and the Pacific and the Mediterranean, while the Allies, including America, is going to send 4 warships over there. The U.S. is. And I don't know how much the Allies are going to send. I don't even know who the Allies are because they're not putting them out there. But it's something that I'm paying attention to because, we could be on the brink of something. What it's going to be, I don't know, folks. But I definitely, it's a posturing. And I'm not a military expert, nor do I want to pretend like I am one, but it's definitely a posturing. And now NATO's involved. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when this started happening. NATO's going to have to make a move. And then Biden's going to have to stand up with some stones and do something about it. Is he going to? Does he need to? I don't know. What are the answers? We're going to keep searching for them But here's a bombshell. We're going to bounce back to red-handed and the next headline here, and then we'll get done for the day. So in the book, The Red-Handed, bombshell was dropped, and I read this entire article. The Biden family soared, listen to me, $31 million from deals with individuals that have direct ties to the highest levels of Chinese intelligence. The Biden family soared $31 million from 5 deals in China, all with individuals with direct ties to Chinese spy apparatus, according to a bombshell in the new book. He really lays it out there. Like I said, I ordered this book. I'm going to read it. He lays it all out there. He talks about Hunter Biden's ties, how he rode his daddy's coattails during the Obama administration when Biden was VP, and how he took advantage of that. He got these deals. He became a chairman on some of these boards, and it just kind of it unfolds it all right in front of you. And I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 different Chinese spies or part of the intelligence of China that are all tied to Biden, the Bidens, Jill Biden, uh, James Biden, whatever his brother's name is, and how they took 5 million from the Chinese and then turn around and got another 25 million that they made off of these deals from China. Now we've talked about this on the podcast the other day, and how all these things added up, and lamestream media did not one time investigate any of this stuff during the last election cycle. They completely swept it under the rug. So is anything going to come of this? That's what you're asking yourself right now. Is anything going to happen to this, Mike? Who cares? I think that I think this will draw an investigation. I really do. Now, where they go with the investigation, I can't promise you anything, but I definitely think with the stuff that's laid out in this book, it could very well open the Bidens to up to an investigation. So we'll just have to see where it goes from there. All right, folks, that's it for today. Today is Monday, so I guess what we've got for today is LWN podcast. So we'll see you guys later today at 3 p.m. Remember, tonight we will not be on at 8 Eastern. We take Sundays and Mondays off, but we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So hopefully we'll see you guys in chat at Podbean. So you can catch us at Podbean, you can catch us at Spotify, and you can catch us at Amazon Music. All right, y'all have a great day. We'll catch you later.